What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Out of the Heroes, and oh my goodness, please don't let this start more drama, but I saw something really cool actually posted this morning on Reddit, made by warner127, one of the recognized helpers, always helping people out there on Reddit. I'm going to put a link to the actual thread down in the description. I'm going to try to put it as the first one down there. He did a new revised build order of heroes, because we've been using that old graphic for quite a while. The only thing I'm going to talk about a little bit different is the artifact build order. This does do a better explanation kind of than what I did last week when I did my video that kind of stirred up a whole hornet's nest of stuff between the community and everything, but this one could work out pretty well. It gives you a little bit better advice on how far to take heroes in this build order, and we're gonna go with the standard route this time, again with a hyperspace hunter Isle of Mox. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one, and as Mario says,
Here we go!
so here we have it. This is the thread right here. Early game hero, imprint, and artifact build order, July 2023, all by warner127. Everybody say thank you to him down, and if you want, you can participate in the comments. There's already 16 of them. He even goes over a little explanation of what he wanted to do, and he thought mobile might have been better to put it in portrait mode, but I really like it. It's a really cool graphic that he did, but we want to kind of break this down and talk about it because this is very similar to what we discussed last week. However, there are some small changes, and it's kind of more optimal in the end. So of course, number one, you're going to want to build an Eloise as your first E5 hero. You're going to want to make her, actually this is better, you're gonna want to make her your main householder, V4 plus. You're gonna want to pump every bit of power into this hero, including as you can see down here, you want to keep going in the origin tree as well. Along with that, you're going to be building some support heroes that you're going to leave at 9-star, being Ignis and Waldeck. Those two heroes are indispensable. Waldeck for that, I think it's called Blood Frenzy, right? Very, very strong 9-star to have with you. Ignis gives you at 9-star that 100% control immunity, and then her active ability can feed you energy as well. Beyond that, though, the next two heroes you definitely want to build, Tix. Tix will definitely help you get C-Lane done if for some reason you haven't gotten it done yet. You can be building like a 9-star Tix at the same time as you get an E5 Eloise. So once you get E5 Eloise, you can immediately start working on that Tix project up to at least 9-star and get that built. And then, of course, as you get dark food, you can start building Carry. Carry can actually get you C-Land 20 if you take all the power that Eloise has, puts it over into the Carry, get some baby Amun-Ra's along with her, and they can just easily carry you all the way through, especially with some origin levels. Then comes the first decision, and this is where we always talk about the this is the big one. Fairy Queen Vesa, Hyperspace Hunter Isle of Mox. This guide, of course, is going over the method using Hyperspace Hunter Isle of Mox, and I want to make a big note because we didn't really talk about it last time either. We did in like our recap video, but I want to make sure it's very clear. If you're going the route with Hyperspace Hunter Isle of Mox, the main reason you build him is to push in Void Vortex. If you're not getting through Void Vortex Vanquisher with this setup right here, you're doing something wrong. This is the whole purpose of building this hero. Now, if you're worrying more about Broken Spaces, Star Expedition, other game modes like that, Fairy Queen Vesa will be the better support hero. But if you want to push Void Vortex, this is huge because, of course, every single week, twice a week, we do have Void Vortex Smash rewards. That's going to be more Stellar Shards, Crystals of Transcendence, and other rewards that you can claim on your account. So it's very, very big. It's why I like this route better personally, but again, it really comes down to what you want to do and accomplish in the game. There's no one cut and dry answer. It's not, is it Fairy Queen Vesa or is it Hyperspace Hunter Isle of Mox? There are two different ways to build your account, and there's two different progression routes to go if you do that. Just remember, that's a big important part here. After that, you want to continue building some tenants with Ankirumaru or Ithaquo, whichever one you want. They're both assassins. They're both not the greatest out there. If you honestly, I feel like Ankirumaru is probably the better one. Well, sorry. not Ankirimaru. Brain's not working right. Ankirimaru is the better one to build in my opinion. Ithqua used to be because she would help getting like, you know, some broken spaces, progress. She just has some good PvE damage. I do think Ankirimaru is the better one to go for here. And then of course you can transition after that into additional heroes. First being regular Jara. Jara is going to be your first householder or first tenant for your Eloise householder. You're going to want this. You're going to want essentially Jara, Ankirimaru, carry, Tix. That's your core. Then you can build another Transcendence hero, and then you can do the big swap. So this part, I kind of want to stop this like at right here, because this is like the end of the beginning order, combined with this, your imprinting order. So this is how you want to imprint your heroes. Essentially putting everything into your Eloise first, while slowly powering up both the Tix and the carry to give additional power, because you're also going to be using those heroes the most, so they can give you some benefit. Of course, bringing her as high as possible in origin levels. And then once you do build your first Transcendence hero, you're essentially taking all your stellar shards off of all your other tenants and putting it all into that V3, usually V3 plus, going for like the attack node, just to give her more attack and everything. You can take him to V4 and further if you really want to. It just depends on what you want to do. In reality, V3 is kind of all you need on this hero. So this part I feel like needs to go like right here. So this is the imprinting, and then once you come back over here, this is where you make the decision of where to go with your account. Most people should go with a Scarlet Queen Halora as their second build, but when that happens, you're already in the Void campaign, you're pushing there. Hyperspace Hunter Ilamok becomes a little less useful very early on, and what everybody does is they're swapping to Lord if you're asking, because why? He's just the best well-rounded hero in the game for the earlier game. Now, there's other heroes that I think are better overall for your account in the later game, like Doom Terminator Vulcan. Some people might agree, some might disagree, but Lord of Fear Aspen has the best sustain, CC, damage, survivability. He's got everything built in one, and he's a warrior, and the warriors are like the best in the Transcendence faction right now. So there's a lot of good things you can go for here. But that is kind of the build order. This is when you get to the second Transcendence heroes, when you swap, and then you basically get rid of the Eloise and such. Now, all the power is going to go to Lord of Fear Aspen, and you're going to want to build Lord of Fear Aspen's tenants as well. So that's where you're going to pivot away from the Shadow heroes and go to whatever you need for the Lord of Fear Aspen, including her. Now, one thing this doesn't show is when you get your third Transcendence hero, most people go for Phantom Defier Lena, because that is his fourth tenant. The last slot, that is his tenant, and she does some good survivability things for him, and of course she can be used in the Sealand for Dark Sealand as well. So really cool things. The only thing I'm unsure about is this artifact build order. I do like the single golden crown for your Eloise. You don't need to bring it above a single golden crown. You don't make it glittery, radiant, whatever. Don't do that. Work on your splendid melodic strings. And then this is where I'm like, I don't personally like this strategy. I think I would I mean, you could build like one Rui Scepter to glittery. My opinion is kind of going for the Demon Bells first if you're trying to do some sort of energy feed setup for further pushing Void Vortex or something like that. You could also then, I mean, the Melodic Strings is going to be absolutely amazing on him for damage and such. You might want to take the Crown to Golden for like your Scarlet Queen Halora for things like Void campaign. There's a lot of different strategies where you can go from there, but this is the overall strategy. This is what is pretty standard, besides maybe the artifact order. And I just gotta say, huge shout out. We've been needing it for a while. Oops, didn't mean to click that image there. Warner is huge. That is awesome. This is exactly what we wanted to show off last week, and this does a much better job than even just me explaining it. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Hopefully it's not bad, and I'll see you guys next time.